Hi, everyone. Warm welcome to this very special live. I feel so happy and honored and grateful that we're going to do this together. First, I'm going to introduce the concept of programming, and I'm going to talk a little bit in general about programming. And then after that, we're going to totally focus on the process of deprogram human suffering. Yes, it's going to be amazing. I know that because we did this process in Scandinavia in February this year, and it was very, very powerful. So please do not drive a car while doing the process. You can listen to the introduction, but then you can do the process later on if you're driving a car or something similar. So I'm very happy that you're joining in now, wherever you are in the world. Maybe it's in the middle of the night, middle of the day, or maybe you're joining in afterwards because you are actually asleep. It's always difficult to choose a time that it will suit everyone in the world. So here in Sweden, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. So I'm hoping that you can join in live because that's the most powerful, I think. But it's actually, you can do it afterwards anyway, it doesn't matter. So just to introduce the concept of programming, and as I'm speaking, the deprogramming process will actually start. So no worries. If you just want to close your eyes and just listen, you can do that. But don't fall asleep, okay? The word programming may be familiar to you, but not to everyone. So I will explain a little bit to those of you who doesn't really know this concept of programming. But as you probably know, the soul chooses different experiences for its constant growth, because the soul's goal is to explore and experience different scenarios and take on various challenges on its journey through many lifetimes. So it chooses to tune into and experience different aspects of life. And in the universe, there are infinite number of places and environments with different conditions to incarnate in. We have a variety of creatures to choose from, and with different appearances that we can hardly imagine. Just having one eye or being this green, slimy creature, whatever. And we can choose to live in a beautiful and wonderful environments, and we can also choose to challenge ourselves and incarnate into limiting conditions and very difficult environment, which I think the Earth is a very difficult planet to incarnate in. So, when we as souls choose to enter into different realities, different dimensions, we can choose to incarnate into a body or actually without a physical body. As we're doing that, we also accept the framework and the quote-unquote rules that apply to this very reality that we incarnate in. So when we came to Earth, we actually agreed to the rules of this game that apply to the third dimension. And as we know now, and we're getting more aware of as we are ascending, living in 3D involves a number of limitations, and which we mostly never have questioned. We never question these limitations because we're so used to it. It's sort of natural to us. But now we are in a stage of the ascension process where we can see more and more clearly, and we remember more and more where we come from and what greatness we all are and what we carry, the greatness that we carry within ourselves. So at this stage, we also clearly see the limiting frameworks we have lived within during this incarnation, also in other lifetimes on Earth. And we see this now. And we see this so that we can actually step into a multidimensional reality, because that's where we are aiming. As you probably know, I never speak about 5D because I see that as a linear way of looking at dimensions and looking at it from a 3D perspective, going from 3D, 4D, and 5D. I always speak about multidimensionality. So I don't want to limit myself or limit us to just going to 5D. We're going 5D and beyond, and with no limitations. So we are on our way to live without limitations in this multidimensional way of being. And that means liberating ourselves from 3D, of course, and the rules and the frameworks that are within 3D reality. So this is a beautiful thing that we're going through. And I call these limitations programming. And there are programs that apply to the entire collective on the earth, and also programming that apply to you as an individual, which include, of course, your upbringing that shaped you to who you are today during your childhood. So just to give you some examples of different programs which are embedded in the 3D reality. Of course, we have guilt and shame. And all of these programs, they're built, or they're the foundation of them are the separation from source. So that is also like a separate programming, but that is like the basic programming for all of the other programs. And the concept of hierarchies and different social norms, that there is a lack of things, lack in general. Different social systems like healthcare, school system, and the economic system. Also that we believe in something or someone that is outside of ourselves, and that we're not believing in our own divine inner power. And that is also a great programming, that we are not divine. And also a very strong program is that we can die. That is a very, very strong programming that creates a lot of fears, of course. And different physical limitations, and that we need to eat food. I love that one. I'd like to get rid of that one, because I don't really like food, to be honest. It's just a hassle for me, just making food, and eating food. I'm eating very, very slowly. Anyhow, and that we're not lovable, all these different programmings. Also, I see a programming that we are detached from nature. That has also been a very, very strong programming that we are, especially during this technological era that we have been in for quite a long time now. But we're getting, we're erasing these, we're deprogramming these programs. And so, of course, I know that there's a lot of people, including myself, I live in nature. So I'm very, very close to nature. So there are many, many different programs embedded in this 3D reality. And all of these programs that belong to 3D, even though they're collective and the individual programs, are now being uninstalled during the ascension process. And this can, of course, be done in many different ways, with many different methods, and much of it happens automatically in the process that we're going through. And when we are receiving all these codes, these very powerful light that is streaming into the earth during the ascension process. And I'm sharing one way of uninstalling these programs. So what we're going to do during the 21-day healing program that are starting in May, for the international audience, we're starting in May. And for the Scandinavian audience, I'm starting this process already now in April. So the programming in 3D is what we're going to focus on during that 21-day healing program. So the theme of the 21-day healing program is dissolve collective programming, connect to the new earth. So this is one way of deprogramming ourselves. So the goal is actually during that 21-day healing program is to free ourselves from all the programming that we have agreed to experience in the 3D reality. It's a huge, huge work that we're going to do. And we're doing this for the collective as well, not only for ourselves, of course, because we are interconnected in this oneness network. So that's the goal of the 21-day healing program, to let go of all the programs in 3D reality. But of course, everyone has their own individual journey, so I cannot give you any guarantees what's going to happen for you. So just want to say that, because it depends on if you're ready to let go of certain programmings. But this is an opportunity, and you can do this program, this 21-day healing program, as many times as you want to. The same with this video. I encourage you to watch this video many times and do the process several times if you feel drawn to it. And please share it with other people, because as we are helping out, the more the merrier, the more we are doing this deprogramming processes, the faster and the easier it's going to be for us. And we're getting a little bit impatient, right? At least I am. I've been impatient since I was a kid. So are we there yet? One thing also I'd like to say is that we are uninstalling the programs in 3D and installing new programs, so quote unquote new programs for the new earth. But the thing is that there are no limitations to the new earth as it has been in the 3D reality. So we're going to this place, or this way of experience multidimensionality. So there you can choose whatever, and there are no limitations. So just want to be clear on that. So about human suffering. Human suffering, it's one of the greatest programming that exists in 3D reality. And of course, it's based on separation. And all of us who have incarnated on Earth have agreed to experience and partake of suffering as a phenomena. We have all agreed to that contract. But now it's finally time for us to release that, to dissolve that soul contract, that collective soul contract. We're done with that lesson. And I hope you really can feel that in your soul, that you're done with that lesson. We have experienced so much suffering in this world, and we know what it is now. We don't have to know anymore. We don't have to experience that anymore, right? So that's why we come to this place of that we're able to do this. Okay, so before we start the process, I just want to give you a little bit of warning. For those of you who have been working with me and received the energies that are coming through me, it's not me who's doing the healing. It's the energy that comes through me, and the energies that I'm working with, and the entities that I'm working with, my guides, my team, the Galactic Federation of Light, and etc., etc. All the entities, everything that I work with, it's very powerful. It's very, very powerful. And since I've done this in Scandinavia in February, I know this is a very powerful process. Okay, so once again, do not drive a car. Please just stop the video if you're driving, or if you're doing anything that that needs your attention. So you can do this process afterwards when you're at home, when you're safe, and you're not supposed to drive a car afterwards. So it will be very powerful for, I guess, for most of you. And you can sit to start with, and after a while, I will guide you to lay down if you want to, or you can continue to sit. But I advise you to start sitting because otherwise it will be maybe you will fall asleep. Doesn't matter if you fall asleep, but maybe you want to hear my guidance a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if you have any questions. I think you're so ready to do this. Okay. So I will put on some music. As I'm doing this live, the music will be more in the background, and I'm not going to have it to a high volume because that will be a little bit disturbing for you. So if you feel like the music is too high or too low or anything, just write in the chat. But you will hear a little bit of the music in the background. So you can just find a beautiful place to sit and make yourself comfortable. And you just close your eyes. And you take a couple of deep breaths. And you just breathe in and out of your nose. Very calmly, very soft. And your breath is helping you to get in contact with your energy body and your physical body. So you can feel your breath coming down to your stomach and expanding your stomach, and down to your pelvis. And you let your breath just flow through your legs down to your feet. So you can feel your energy body. You will get connected to your whole body, your whole physical body, and your energy body through your breath. You just center yourself through the breath. And you come in contact with your back, your shoulders, your neck, your arms, out into your hands, your throat, your chest, and your head, your face, and your hair. So now you're breathing with your whole body. You feel centered. You're spreading this calm energy throughout your body. And you connect with your soul through your heart. So you go deep, deep within your heart to get connected to your divine self, to your soul's essence. And you're deepening your breath into your heart. And you're now totally anchored in your body. And you know that you are here on this earth plane. And now you are going to be lifted up, 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 up to the sphere of the souls, this realm of the souls. You can feel your vibration, your frequency getting higher. You're raising your frequency. You're being lifted up to this realm where all the souls gather for purification after the incarnation. And you see yourself there. You see your soul. Maybe it's like a little energy ball among the other energy balls. All the souls are gathered here in this beautiful sphere of purification and regeneration. Feel the happiness of this sphere. Feel the joy here. The programming for suffering lies in this energy ball that is you, your soul. Maybe you can see this programming for suffering. You can experience it in some way in this energy ball, in your soul. And look at the other souls and see if you can see or experience this programming with them. The programming of suffering. Maybe it's like a little stain in this energy ball, like a dark cloud, like a spot. And you go into this area, you go into this little stain or spot, this dark cloud. You enter into this programming for suffering in your soul that you've been carrying for thousands and thousands of years. And you are now the observer. You don't have to suffer to go into the programming of suffering. You just observe. You observe from the outside that you have accepted the experience of suffering on earth. That was part of the game. And it's just a game. So you don't have to be afraid. So please do not fear going into this programming. You just observe. So let a string of events on the theme of suffering for you personally, in this and in other lifetimes, just pass you by. Maybe you can see these events from the past just passing you by. Maybe it just goes so fast that you're not really able to know exactly what it's about, all these events. And it doesn't matter, just this is a cleansing process. So you just see like a pearl, chain of pearls just passing you by, all these events of suffering. We're going through this cleansing process. And you just observe. You observe from the outside that you have accepted the experience of suffering on earth. That was part of the game. And it's just a game. So you don't have to be afraid. We're going through this cleansing process. And we feel grateful. We feel grateful for this experience, for all these events. And to ask yourself now, are you ready to let go of suffering now? If it's not a clear yes to that question, you need to ask yourself what you gain from your suffering. The answer is usually that you get love and belonging through suffering. You're being taken care of, you receive love when you suffer. So are you ready to let go of suffering as a way to receive love? If you are ready to let go of suffering and let go of suffering as a way to receive love, then the physical memories of these will be erased from your spiritual hard drive with the help of an enormously powerful energy wave now. And you can lay down now if you want to. When you receive this beautiful energy, this pure light, this very powerful, pure light. So just receive. You allow this powerful wave of energy, this bright light, to go straight through your body. And it's the brightest light you've ever experienced. The light grabs you and vibrates in every single cell in your body. And this light is today completely focused on erasing the programming of human suffering. And this means that you can no longer physically relate to and feel these events of suffering. You know intellectually that they exist, but that you have experienced them. You know that. You can remember it with your thoughts, but not with your body. You cannot remember with your feelings. So let this light fully vibrate powerfully in your cells. Let the light do its job. Just receive. You don't have to do anything right now. Just receive. The light knows exactly where to go to support and help you in deprogramming human suffering. We will continue a little bit more, so just receive this light, receive this energy. It's cleansing the program for human suffering out of your system. And in that way, supporting the collective in the same way. So just receive. Wow. Oh, you can see in your soul now that the programming for suffering is completely erased. You can also notice the same thing in the other souls around you, that the programming is now erased. You can still receive the light to cleanse your body. Just feel that you are this beautiful divine soul coming directly from Source. This pure energy, this pure light, that is you. Just feel your divinity in every cell in your whole body. And remember this feeling. Remember where you come from. The mission is now complete. You can just continue to sit or to just lie down for a while in this strong energy and let it still work through your body. Just let whatever comes up, just be there, just accept it. If you're crying a lot, that's so fine. That's totally okay. Whatever you feel right now, it's totally fine. It's totally okay. Just float around in this field of acceptance, this field of unconditional love, this powerful and pure light. Whatever needs to be coming out from your system, just allow it. Just allow everything that needs to come out. You don't have to analyze it. You don't have to know what it is. Maybe it's from another lifetime. Doesn't matter. Just let it come out. This strong light supports you in this purge. I'm gonna keep this space for a while. And I'll just wait for the next signal. So just be whatever comes up right now. And you take a couple of deep breaths. You're breathing all the way down to your feet, your toes, and your out in your hands and your fingers up to your head. Just breathe deeply. And you slowly start to come back to the room that you are in. And you might feel a bit tired. You might feel a bit shaky. It was a very powerful light that came through. So please be careful with yourself the rest of the day, the rest of the night. Drink a lot of water and just be with yourself. Take good care of yourself. Maybe you can journal a little bit, just making some notes, and just allow this energy to continue to work with you, cleansing you. So if you feel like laying down for an hour, a couple of hours, please do that. Listen to yourself and what you need at this very moment. This was a very powerful process, and you're not doing it just for yourself, you were doing it for the collective. So I'm so grateful. My deepest, deepest gratitude to you all who participated live and who will participate and take part of this process afterwards. And you can always repeat this process as many times as you like. Or it's totally fine if you're just doing it once. It doesn't matter. And I also encourage you to write to me and to my assistants, Annette and Cassandra. So please email about your experience, and I will come back and make a feedback video and talking about your experience of this beautiful process. And the email address is contact@zoeland.org. contact@zoeland.org. And you can also, of course, write in the chat or write in the comments under this video, whatever you experienced. I'm looking forward to reading your comments and your emails. This was an extraordinary, powerful process. Wow, so much light coming in. I feel enlightened. I guess it's like this is how it feels to be enlightened. No, I'm just kidding. It was a very powerful process, and we will actually do a similar process on May 4th, 2022. Then we will deprogram original sin. That's going to be a beautiful one as well. So, and that's going to be free and open for everyone. And as I said, the entire upcoming 21-day healing program has the theme Dissolve Collective Programming and Connect to the New Earth. And we will focus on deprogram everything that belongs to 3D. So it's going to be totally amazing. Totally amazing. And we will start May 18th for the international audience. And the Scandinavian audience, we will start April 6th. So we will deprogram, for example, untruths, separation, victimhood, fear, anxiety, depression, dystopia, distorted and dark sex, and lack, and everything that comes with it. All the programs that belongs to 3D. So today was a preparation. So if you have already signed up for the program, it's very good that you have done this process to prepare yourself for the 21-day healing program. And you can go to my website, zoeland.org. It's ZOELAND.org. And there you will find all the information and the whole schedule for this program, for the 21-day healing program. And there is a bonus package of 5 meditations. And if you sign up at the latest April 1st, you will have all of these 5 meditations, the whole bonus package for free. So I hope you feel good. Now I'm a little bit dizzy. So I can just read some comments. You have facilitated an extraordinary gift. Thank you so much. Yes, I know we have done this for the collective, and sometimes it's difficult to actually understand what what an amazing job we're doing together in this group. So thank you all. Thank you, Zoe. It was gentle and powerful, loving light all. Yes, thank you so much. And please, please drink some extra water because the energies are very strong. And take care of yourself after this process. So thank you so much. And I hope I see you in the 21-day healing program. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.